What happens when one of Korea's most beloved stars conquers the global music scene in a way no one expected? Breaking sensation, Park Bo-gum's music takes over Spotify and captivates the world. His soulful voice and heartfelt lyrics have taken listeners on an emotional journey, leaving fans everywhere in awe. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover how Park Bo-gum turned his passion into a worldwide phenomenon. Let's dive in right now. The world was not prepared for the moment Park Bo-gum decided to fully embrace music. Known for his heartwarming smile, his impeccable acting skills, and his ability to effortlessly capture emotions on screen, Bo-gum had already conquered millions of hearts as one of South Korea's most beloved actors. But in 2025, everything changed. With one daring leap into the music industry, he redefined what it meant to be a multi-talented star, shocking fans and critics alike as his debut album stormed global charts and claimed the top spots on Spotify worldwide. What started as whispers of curiosity about an actor-turned-singer quickly turned into a cultural phenomenon that transcended borders, proving that Park Bo-gum was destined for something far greater than anyone had imagined. The journey began quietly, far from the glitz and glamour of the stage. For years, Bo-gum had harbored a deep passion for music. Those who knew him closely spoke of countless nights spent in the studio, perfecting melodies, writing lyrics inspired by his life experiences, and pouring his heart into every note. His earlier ventures into music, through hosts of his dramas, hinted at his vocal potential. Fans adored the warmth and sincerity in his voice, but few expected that he would ever pursue music as a serious career. When news broke that he was preparing his debut album, many wondered if this would be just another celebrity experiment. But Bo-gum was determined to prove everyone wrong. First teaser dropped. The world immediately took notice. The visuals were cinematic, yet intimate, showing Bo-gum in raw, vulnerable moments of creativity, scribbling lyrics, playing the piano late at night, humming melodies that felt deeply personal. There was something about the authenticity of it all that resonated with people. Then came the release day. Within hours, his album had already charted in over 30 countries, and Spotify reported unprecedented streaming numbers. The lead single, a soulful ballad filled with heartfelt lyrics about resilience and hope, climbed to the top of Spotify's global viral chart, surpassing songs by some of the biggest names in pop. It wasn't just Korean fans who celebrated his success. Listeners worldwide were sharing his music, creating fan edits on TikTok, and leaving emotional comments about how his songs made them cry, heal, and dream again. Critics who once doubted him were now singing his praises. Rolling Stone described his voice as hauntingly sincere, while Billboard hailed him as a rare artist who bridges the gap between acting and music with effortless grace. His album blended K-pop sensibilities with indie, R&B, and ballad influences, a unique sound that felt both familiar and fresh. The lyrics, many of which Bo-gum had co-written, poetic yet relatable, filled with stories of growth, love, and self-discovery. International producers who had worked with him revealed how meticulous and passionate he had been during the creative process, often staying in the studio until sunrise, obsessing over tiny details to ensure the final product was perfect. But it wasn't just the music that captivated fans, it was the sincerity behind it. In interviews, Bo-gum spoke openly about how music had always been his safe space, a way to express feelings he couldn't fully capture on screen. When I act, I portray someone else's story, during a live-streamed press event. But when I sing, it's my story. These songs are pieces of me that I'm finally ready to share with the world. His humility, vulnerability, and gratitude struck a chord with fans. Soon, Park Bo-gum on Spotify began trending worldwide as listeners shared their favorite tracks and emotional reactions to his music. Concert promoters quickly took notice. Demand for live performances skyrocketed, and within weeks, Bo-gum announced his first ever fan concert. Out in minutes, footage of him performing his hit single for the first time left fans in tears. His voice trembled with raw emotion, and the audience's cheers grew louder with every note. It was no longer just about an actor singing for his fans, it was about an artist standing fully in his truth and owning his place on stage. What made Bo-gum's rise so fascinating was the way he bridged cultures effortlessly. His music videos gained millions of views on YouTube. The album found a home in playlists curated by fans in countries as far apart as Brazil, France, and the Philippines. For many, he wasn't just a Korean star anymore, He had become a global artist whose music resonated beyond language barriers. His face appeared on billboards in Times Square, Tokyo, and London, symbolizing his undeniable impact on the world stage. Behind the scenes, Bogum's journey wasn't without struggles. Those close to him revealed how he had wrestled with fear and self-doubt before releasing the album. The pressure of living up to fans' expectations, anxiety of being compared to seasoned singers, and the possibility of failure weighed heavily on him. Instead of letting fear control him, Bogum poured everything into his craft. Producers recounted how he would often stay long after rehearsals, perfecting harmonies and vocal techniques, proving that he wasn't just a celebrity dabbling in music, he was a true artist willing to put in the work. Part of Bogum's success lay in his ability to create music that felt universally meaningful. His ballads touched on love, loss, quiet moments of hope that people cling to during hard times. One fan wrote on social media, "It feels like he's singing my story." Shared how Bogum's music helped them through a painful breakup. The connection was real, raw, and unfiltered. Him apart from countless polished pop stars whose songs sometimes felt impersonal. The ripple effect of his success soon spread to the entire Korean entertainment industry. Other actors began considering similar career transitions, inspired by Bogum's groundbreaking achievements. The first time in years, the conversation shifted. Could multi-talented stars truly dominate both acting and music on a global scale? Park Bogum had proven it was possible. Industry experts even predicted that his success might pave the way for a new wave of Korean crossover artists who could appeal to global audiences in both film and music. As the weeks passed, Bogum's album continued to dominate streaming charts. He was invited to perform on prestigious international stages, including a surprise guest performance at a major music festival in Los Angeles. Fans from around the world traveled to see him live, putting up banners that read, "Thank you for sharing your music." In one particularly emotional moment, during a concert in Seoul, Bogum broke down in tears while performing his most personal track. "I was afraid no one would listen," he confessed to the crowd. "But you've shown me more love than I ever imagined." It's erupted into chants of his name, a testament to the bond he had built through honesty and artistry. By the end of the year, Park Bogum had achieved what many thought impossible. His debut album had surpassed 500 million streams on Spotify, won multiple awards, earned him a nomination for Best New Artist at an international music award show. He had successfully reinvented himself, not as an actor who sings, but as a singer-songwriter with a powerful voice and a story to tell. Critics hailed him as a pioneer of a new era in Korean entertainment, and fans celebrated him not just for his talent, his courage to follow his passion fearlessly. His journey was far from over. He hinted at an upcoming world tour, collaborations with globally renowned artists, and even a special English-language single to connect more deeply with international fans. Yet despite all the success, he remained grounded, frequently reminding his fans, "This is just the beginning. Promise to keep singing from my heart, as long as you're willing to listen." Bogum's story had become more than just a celebrity success. It was a testament to resilience, passion, and the power of authenticity. He proved that when an artist truly believes in their craft, the world will listen. And as fans everywhere continue to stream his songs, share his music, and wait eagerly for what comes next, one thing is certain: Park Bogum has not just taken over Spotify, he has captured the world's heart, one note at a time. As the year drew to a close, Park Bogum stood on stage during his final concert of the tour, gazing out at a sea of glowing light sticks held high by thousands of fans from every corner of the globe. Tears welled in his eyes as he took a deep breath. Moment sink in. "This," he said softly, voice trembling, "is a dream I never thought would come true." The crowd roared back with cheers and chants of his name, their love echoing through the arena like a wave of warmth. In that instant, it was clear that Bogum had achieved far more than musical success. He had created a bond that transcended borders and languages. Families sang along, couples held hands, and young fans cried tears of joy, united by the power of his music. As the final notes of his closing ballad filled the air, fireworks illuminated the night sky outside the venue, celebrating not just an artist, but a man who dared to follow his heart. Bogum smiled through his tears, raising his hand in gratitude. "Thank you for believing in me," he whispered. "This is only the beginning of our journey together." That, The lights dimmed, leaving behind a memory so powerful that every fan knew they had witnessed history being made, a perfect ending to the first chapter of Park Bo-gum's musical legacy.